Hey, this is Joe Price. I just wanted to show you how we're going to make sure that everyone in the 1940 census is on the family tree. We're doing this for Springville, Utah, but this could work for other towns where you want to create this kind of full coverage for 1940. The reason we want to do this is to have everything already on the family tree for when the 1950 census comes out. It'll create some really neat discovery experiences for people. So let me show you how this works. So here I've set up a sheet with everyone in Springville 1940 who isn't attached to the tree yet. So you would just check out the ones you want to work on, just kind of put your name in there and then click on it. And this will take you to the record page for this person. You can see right here that it says attached to family tree. So this person is not attached to the family tree. It also says similar records, no similar records. So a lot of times if there's similar records right here, this can go really fast. Also notice that Emma's living here by herself. If there was other family members, I would check those other family members to see if they're on the tree. So in this case, here we have Emma with no other leads for us to do on family search. So what we're going to do is come over to Ancestry. So I just searched Ancestry 1940 census, and then I'll need to log in. But once I'm in Ancestry, I'm just going to type in Emma's information. So she was born 1870 in Utah. And I'm just pulling that from the record over here. And then we hit search. And then we'll click on the record itself. You can see that it came up right away. And what I found is that actually these find a grave records can be really helpful, but you can see that it's pointing to other records for Emma. And as we look down, you notice that it's very likely that her birth name was Burriston. So let's click on find a grave. And here we have an Emma Starr, born in 1870 in Utah, who was buried in Springville. So this is definitely our person. So now what we're going to do is, now that we've found her maiden name, we're going to come on the family tree and find her profile. I found that nearly everyone from the 1940 census in Springville is on the family tree. It's just a matter of helping Family Search find that record. Let's see, place of birth. There we go, put this in. And you probably don't have to put a ton of information in because her profile should pop right up. Okay, so there she is. Notice everything matches up really well. And so we're just going to copy this ID. I just clicked on it. Notice it says ID copied. I come back here. I hit attach to family tree. And then right here, I just paste it in and then hit select. And now I'm able to attach her to the family tree. Okay. Then I just come over here and I mark a 1. Okay, so let me show you another example. Okay, so this is a one where actually you can see he's already attached to the family tree. So that's great. Now let's just take a look at this really quick. So actually this is one where everything is done. So we can just put a 1 right there. Okay, so again, you can see here, no similar records, no hints here. We have John Bertelson, which is kind of cool. My neighbor's is a Bertelson. And so I'm going to just come back here to the search terms and just type in John Bertelson and put this to be 67. Okay, and so here is the record. And again, what we're hoping for is that Ancestry might have some additional hints for us. So in this case, we're not getting any additional hints. We're not getting any on family search. And so at this point, then let me show you how to do this. We're going to put John Bertelson on the family tree. So we're going to hit family tree, person, and then we're going to hit recents and then add unconnected person. And then we'll just come over here and I'm just copying the information over. And here we go. Okay, so we've put everything in. And now John is on the family tree. And so then we'll copy this ID. We'll hit attach to family tree. And then we will do that. Okay, so now that he's on the family tree, let's see if maybe we can find him in another record. And so what we're going to do is now we're going to open up Ancestry and let the search terms look for him in other things. So you can see here we have this John Bertelson, who was lived in 1920, he was in Paiute, Utah. You can see here he is in a death record. Died in 1950, born 1867. So this is almost certainly our person. You can see 1870. Oh, and actually here's a great one. Here he is in 1930, living in Springville. So let's see. So this is always an interesting kind of experience about now that we found this other record. Now Ancestry is able to point us to this Find a Grave record. And here you can see that he was buried here in Springville. So again, this is very likely our person. And it looks like what was maybe causing the trouble was just a slight misspelling of the surname. And then what I find is that as I put in a little bit of information, Family Search will almost always find the duplicate for me. Okay. And so if I want, I can always refresh the person, see if it'll activate that thing to get the possible duplicate. And there he is. And then just always remember to, I think it's a good practice just to always make sure that the thing on the right is the one with more complete information. And so that was the one that was there originally. And then you can see we'll come down here. Everything's lining up really well. And now he is complete. Okay. And so again, then you'll mark the one right here. Let me just, so that's kind of the process. I find that it's really helpful to use Ancestry to see if I can find record hints. Let me show you what it looks like if you get a record hint in Family Search, just so you can kind of see that example. So I'm just going to open up a few of these and we can kind of just take a look and see what we would do. So notice this person knows similar records. This person knows similar records. This person knows similar records. Now this person does have another family member in the house. So you can always look at that family member and sometimes they'll have information. Okay, no similar records. So you can see this is a little frustrating on the record hint side because we're pretty sure all these people are on the family tree. We're just not, Family Search isn't really giving us any record hints for them. So let's just, but I do want to show you what it looks like when Family Search has a record hint. Okay, so there's none for that one. Okay, right here, this is a good example. So this one is already attached. So that one we would already be done. But notice that, imagine this one was not attached. Down here we have a similar record. Then what you can do is just copy the ID from here and then work there. Okay, so this is a good example where here we have Oscar Swenson. Notice he has a few similar records. We can copy the ID from the similar record. Then we hit attach to family tree. And then we drop the ID that we copied here. And then we make a decision about whether it's a match or not. So notice here, he's living in Springville, Utah. Here he is living with his daughter. So actually we just got a twofer. So we got Francis and we also got his daughter. Okay. So hopefully that shows you some of the different kind of cases. So here's another one. This is his daughter. So notice that if I hit refresh on this, it'll show that his daughter is attached. Okay, and again, no similar records. So I hope this video makes sense. I do tend to talk a little fast, so you can watch the video again or maybe put it on slow. But really our goal here is just to make sure that everyone living in Springville, Utah, 1940 is on the family tree. And I don't think it'll take us that long to do. And then once we do that, we might go back and do 1930, 1920. But it'd be really neat to have everyone that ever lived in Springville on the family tree so people can discover their family and we can start to connect in rich content like high school yearbooks and other things. But more than anything, we wanted to have this data set all ready to go so that when the 1950 census comes out, those people living in Springville can just be connected right into this already rich interconnected family tree.